announcements. Jacinda, I think you're going to officially introduce your new coach.
Yeah, I do, because she's not going to be able to stay in the meeting.
Run.
She has to run and then pump because she's still nursing.
That's true.
So this is my new coach, Janelle.
Hi.
And she's one of my nursing mothers that started on the program and just got super really good results. And since then, her mom and her aunt have joined as clients. And at the convention, I was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, why is Janelle not coaching for this company? Like, she's super involved. She's always in the Fit and Fun group, encouraging people. And she's brought me clients with the great results and energy that she has. And so I approached her when I got back from a convention, and she hopped right on board, and she's already got 2 clients and probably 3 on the line, I think.
Hopefully.
But I'm so happy and to have her as part of our team. And I can only see, let's see, I see Tanya and Danielle, Camp, and Ron. This is Janelle.
Hi.
Chelsea's on. If you go to the top left corner, it shows you the whole view. And Chelsea just jumped on. Welcome.
Oh, there's Paula and my little Chelsea Muffin.
I'm eating my tuna at the moment, so.
Are you making cookie dough? Oh, yummy.
Yeah.
Go ahead. This is all eating every 2 hours.
So just real quick, this Chelsea just got on, and she's my daughter, and she became a coach with me last year when I joined as a coach, and it just wasn't really the right time for her. She had a 35-pound transformation herself, and now she's decided that she wants to start really putting some energy towards coaching. So Chelsea, this is our coaching group.
Hello.
Yeah, this is only a select few, but an awesome group. Well, thank you for being on. Is my speaker like being really weird?
Kinda, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's doing. Well, I wanted to introduce my niece, Kendra. She's looking into the program. I told her that, I said, there's people close to your age, so jump in. But she just graduated from high school just barely. So she's moving to Hawaii, and she's wanting to find a job. And I'm like, just do this from the beach.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah, so she's checking it out. But, anybody that has tips or, wants to, I told her just friend these guys. We're all on the same team. So she might be doing that, I hope. All right. Well, are all of you into the boot camp 2018 training? Yes? No? Yes? Okay. That training is something that they're adding live videos to every single day. So they're adding additional training every day. Some tips, some something. And I keep repeatedly hearing, if you follow your map, you're going to have success. If you follow your map, you're going to have success. And I've been coaching for 4.5 years, and I've avoided that part of my business. And I decided that has to change, and it needs to change in our team if we want to create success. So if you guys were to pick one thing that you had to do today to get you closer to your goals, what's something you would start with today? Anybody, just feel free to jump in.
A conversation.
Okay.
I mean, it just happened to me this morning. We have a visitor from Denver. There's people that travel in and out of our building every day. And so I don't know this lady very well. I don't even know her first name, actually. But we've been talking quite a bit for the last year. Just she'll check in when she comes into Denver. And I'm getting ready to start a new program here. It's with Beachbody, and it's a new exercise program. So I went and I just let her know that she could do it from Denver if she wanted to. we started talking, and then I was like, but you know what? I coach for another company, Optavia, and if I had to choose between one or the other, I would choose Optavia. And so we started talking about that, and by 20 minutes into our conversation, she is definitely on board with Optavia. She's going to start it in September when she's back from Denver. I'm going to help her through her week when she's visiting the building. And I feel like I never would have been able to have that conversation with her if I wouldn't have approached her and just started a conversation this morning.
Exactly. That's awesome. Jackson, how many times did you hear at convention to talk to somebody with intent?
All the time. And I was like, you know, I kept thinking, you know, I'm my own worst obstacle, just like they were saying in one of the trainings this weekend. Like, we are our own obstacle that's in the way. And for me, I just kept limiting, you know, my knowledge. I don't know enough. I don't know enough people. I don't know enough information. And I just kept limiting my dreams. And you just have to let all that go and know that you don't know everything, and get connected with your team, because 10 heads put together are better than just one of your own. And it's okay that you don't know everything, but if you just go and approach somebody with an honest heart and just bring you and no one else. If I compared myself to Becca Tinter, oh my gosh, I would have quit. Like, I was sitting there listening to her talk, and I thought, wow, this lady's got it all together, like way more than I ever will. And then I thought, wow, why am I comparing myself to her? You know, I need to really bring my own best self. And so that's what I'm going to try to start doing, is bringing my own best self, because I am good enough right now. You know, what I have right now is good enough. And what's coming next is just a step to what's going to be coming next, you know. And as long as I stay connected with you guys and my team, and just be myself, and, you know, start from there, things are going to happen.
Absolutely. I love that. And anybody else? I mean, everybody's at different places in their journey. So what is one thing that you would like to do for yourself? And it might not apply to everybody, but it gives everybody an idea of maybe something. So
for me, I'm just trying to get more of the sponsoring mindset, just trying to offer the full trilogy to anyone we talk to. I just write in the health assessments that I've done this last couple of weeks. I just tell them up front, so this is something I talk to about everybody. People are going to start noticing and asking you questions. It's an opportunity for you to share. And depending on what you want to do moving forward, a chance for you to, pay this forward and help others as well. So, and that's scary to do that, because a lot of people are interested in losing weight and getting healthy and doing this, but you don't want to feel like you're trying to recruit or this or that. But basically, I've just like anything else, I've learned that you're just offering information. And if it's something they're interested in doing, whether it's doing the program or possibly looking at coaching, they're going to do it. So definitely tried to get more of that mindset in what I'm doing. So
awesome.
To help build.
Well, I think myself, I have to just do action. No matter what it is, it's action in doing your map, talking to people, kicking fear in the face, just some action.
That's awesome. And what does action daily add up to?
Results.
Exactly. Anybody else?
This is Janelle. I might be a little out of breath since I'm walking on the treadmill currently. I have found that people who are closer to me take notice of what I've done, and it makes it easier to share my story. So finding a way to put it down on their level as well and relate to what they're going through really helps people be encouraged to try the program without much thought.
Exactly. I like that, because the first step to our 6 steps of leadership is lead with your own health. And that just creates a conversation in and of itself, because people see that you're feeling better, see that you are happier, see that you're having results. So that's perfect. Anybody else? Danielle, anything to add?
No.
So this, like I tell you guys, there's so much in personal growth, and I've been driving, like I tell you guys, every week, obviously, but it never changes. But this is the book that I'm listening to right now. This is the book that Becca Tinter did her whole talk on, and it's called The One Thing. And this book has really made it to me where I need to quit avoiding structure and I need to do the map. The map's going to make it clear as to the one thing I need to do today to reach my goal by the end of the month. And I just like something that they said in here. It says, highly successful people are clear about their role in the events of their life. So do you guys know what you need to do today to get closer to next week, to get closer to the second week, and then next month? And that is this map. So I challenge every single one of you guys to help or to print this out, to fill it out. I'm going to go over it real quickly. I asked some of you guys to have it printed, but it was last minute, so I'll just kind of go over it. But I don't know. I'm going to share my screen. That's going to be a lot easier. And can everybody see it when I share it? Except for Janelle, who's on the treadmill. Okay. So here is our map. Is the way you fill out your map is the top section of this map is your desired rank. So don't put integrated presidential because this is a monthly action plan. So eventually that might be your long-term goal, but for this month, what is your desired rank by the end of this month?
Or if you thought any more about it, do that.
Hold on. Okay. And then your desired frontline volume, your desired group volume, your desired outcome. And if you want to put integrated presidential, then you need to map out a 2-year plan or a 6-year plan. But today, I just want to help you guys start with getting to the next step. And so now, this next line is Lions working towards senior coach. Do any of you guys have new senior coaches this month? Or new coaches, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so Jacinda does. I think Ron does. Paula's going to. So that's where you would put your new coach. You would add them on this line. And then you're going to track your client, your new coach, because she's not a senior coach yet. And so you're going to help her do her 3-way calls or celebrations or TED. So you're going to put your new coach there and then her first client or her first 5 clients. So does everybody understand that section? Okay. You see this little section here in the middle that there's a little space for it says potential coaches. In that section, you're going to keep track of, out of these clients, who would be a good potential coach. So you have clients that you're writing down, and they're saying 1 out of every 5 should be looked at as a coach. So when you start to fill out your clients, your current clients, who out of those clients would become a coach? And Jacinda, Janelle was a client before she was a coach, correct?
Yes.
And what made you approach coaching to her from the client?
Well, for one thing, she came to me before she had her baby, and she said, "When I am done being pregnant and I'm nursing, I'm going on your Nursing Mothers program." And I said, "Okay, come find me," you know. So she did. She took the initiative to come find me. And then when she became a client from the get-go, she was really active in the Fit and Fun group. She was really connected to me. She was reading the books. I don't know if she ever got on, any of the calls or anything, but I know she was reading the books. and she was getting great results with the fuelings. I mean, I helped her with her meal plan in the beginning, the Nursing Mothers meal plan. And she followed it, and it was easy for her to follow because, you know, they have a lot more variety. But I just kept seeing her being really active and being really encouraging to others in the Fit and Fun group. And then she sent me her mom and her aunt, you know, and I was like, wow, she's able to send me people, you know, and I'm able to help them, like, change their life. And I thought about it, but she's super busy and she's got 2 little kids. And I mean, she's super busy. And I did approach her once about coaching and she said, no, I can't, I'm too busy. But, and I approached her again. No, I'm too busy. And then sitting at convention, I just thought, wow, like, why isn't she? I'm going to go and talk to her when I get back. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Because she would be great. And it was just because I saw her involvement in everything and how she was encouraging other people that she didn't even know. I thought, wow, and sending me clients. Why can't she go out and get her own? She's sending them all to me when she could be helping them. So,
Yeah.
and she said yes.
And we're so excited. But the awesome thing that you guys can get from that is don't go, you know, jumping over a penny to get $1. Like they say, your best coaches are already clients. Just don't be afraid to bring that up to them. So the way that they map this out just helps you decipher. And like Jacinda said, look for those kind of qualities that would make them become a good coach to work with and be on a team with. So that's what these not lying down the middle is for. And even if you have one client, start a map and get used to doing this. They say the last day of every month so that you can track it. But so you put your client here and only put down a client that is a full order on your map. If they're a partial order, put them on the back. But that's so that you know exactly what your frontline volume is going to be because you know exactly what they're going to be ordering. But if they're a half order, then they're not going to be expected to be counted for. They could be inactive or change it or push it back. So that's how you track that. How many people would like to be on that cruise ship? I do.
Heck yeah. Why do you think I'm running? I need to get in a bikini again.
That's right. So how many of you know what that's got to look like to get there?
No idea.
Okay, awesome. So for new
Who said that?
Janelle.
Okay, that's what I thought.
For new coaches, is what you have to do is become an executive director and maintain that. So that's about 21 clients for you. So we're going to help you fill out these lines of active clients and start to pick some coaches out of there. So what you need to do today is start creating intentional conversations, but Jacinda will help you with that. But my point is, if you want to be on the cruise, you got to know exactly at this roadmap what you have to do. And if you have one person's name right there, then that shows you got quite a bit of work to do before you can go. So it doesn't mean you can't. It just means that you got some work to do.
Can I ask you a question on that?
You bet.
Is that 21 coaches directly under you, or is that total combined under coaches under you?
Clients.
So it doesn't matter, is that 21 clients though that I personally have? Or say I get 3 coaches under me and they each have 7. Does that count as well?
Yes, absolutely. So that's
Okay.
a great question. And that's what we need to understand is how we get paid. So on this, every 1,200 in group volume, do you guys understand what your group volume is? That means you have a coach and their volume. So that's your group team total volume. So for every client that has, or for every coach that has 5 or 6 clients, it's about 1,200 in group volume. So Janelle, you could get to executive director by having 5 senior coaches. or you could get there by doing 21 of your own.
That makes sense.
Or you could get there by having one senior coach and 15 of your own. It's called the blended path, and you can change it however you want to change that. You have four senior coaches and you have 5 clients, or 3 senior coaches and you have 2 clients. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, it does.
Awesome. So what you've got to do to get on the cruise this next month is to start filling out these white spaces and bringing in coaches or clients. And over here on this section on the right-hand side, it says your top 10 coaches or client candidates. So who on your mind is a potential client or a potential coach? And that doesn't mean that they're ordering currently. That's just people that you have that you want to talk to. And then Janelle over here in the top right corner, it says step 1 is the blended path executive director. So the way that this map should look, or the way that your business should look, is after you have 5 clients, who of those 5 clients would be a great coach? And then when you bring in 5 more clients, who of those 5 clients would make a great coach? Because the odds are 1 out of every 5 will become a coach. That's a pretty predictable percent that they've seen in the program. So, and when you are over here, you check those boxes. Step 2 is building a strong blended executive director team. Executive director means that you are supporting up here, you have a lot of clients, basically 30, 40 active daily, and you're supporting coaches. And then step 3 is the integrated. Does everybody know what an integrated health coach means? Anybody not know what an integrated health coach means? If you do, speak up. Educate us.
I do. I always like, they talk about an integrated client. It's a client that really gets involved in the Fit Facebook community, reading the book, watching webinars, listening to podcasts. It's the same as the coach. An integrated coach or an integrated business leader is somebody who builds their business through senior coaches and offering coaching and building their business that way, not only with clients. I kind of equate it to a coach who simply does everything by themselves, you know, by just offering, just getting 30 to 40 to 50 clients and doing it all themselves. Yeah, they'll be an executive director, but they're not really integrated because they're not seeing the vision. It's the same way as a client just doing the program, not tying into their coach, not tying into the overall program, the structure that's there to help them. Same way with an executive director that's trying to do it themselves without getting people around you to help you do it to do it with. So if that makes sense.
Yeah. Does that make sense to everybody? How many of you guys would like to help 20,000 people or more? I mean,
Yes.
okay, awesome. Would you like to coach 20,000 of your own people, or would you like a team of people to help you coach 20,000 people? What would be more realistic in your life?
Team.
Exactly. So that's the whole, Dr. Anderson really wants us to help get America healthy. Like that's not just a statement. That is his passion, and he's for real about that. But at the same sense, we cannot do it with the few coaches that we have. So we need help as coaches to help more people. So offering health coach is a gift to somebody else. So don't hesitate offering that gift. I think, Jacinda, after convention, you offered it to all these people and like you got all these yeses. But had you not offered, you wouldn't have had that chance, right?
Right. Right. And I actually had and remember how I was telling you the other day, I wish I had a man on my team. And it was pretty cool because the next morning after I had told you that, there's a man that approached me and he wants to coach for this program. I just haven't met with him yet, but he's not a client. He's just kind of seen some of my other clients and what they've gone through. And he approached me the other day, and he wants to coach. So I thought, wow, all I had to do is say that out loud, and the next morning somebody showed up for me. So I was hoping to introduce him to you guys today, but he couldn't get away from his desk. So one day soon you'll meet Casey.
Awesome. And the difference as how Cinda's starting to grow her team is she's offering. She's getting over herself and offering, just like the trainings are telling you. And every one of these coaches that will tell you they were all scared too, but they just didn't let it stop them. And we have so much to offer. There's nothing to be shameful of. Okay, and then this monthly activity tracker. So Paula, you mentioned that you want to start by doing activities. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner, it says, this is pretty much the 3, 3, and 3. New conversations, social media posts, and new connections. In your first week, it's telling you go down, and if you start a new conversation, check it. If you start or you post on social media, check it. If you have a new connection, check it. If you have 2 checks in the entire month and you want to be an executive director, then something's not matching up. And so we can see, well, there's a lot of empty spaces. Let's go back and maybe do more of this, this, and this. But if you don't have a visual of what your day looks like, how is it? I can't help service you, and you can't service yourself if you don't know. I don't know. I think I talked to somebody, I think, and I'm not putting blame on anybody here, so please don't take anything personal, but I'm just saying this map is going to be my staple. And I want to grow somewhere. I want to keep track of all my coaches. I want to give my coaches the best opportunity, but I need to systematically be following the procedures just like they asked us to. And then on the very bottom of this is your current reality. So basically, where are you today? And be honest. The only person that's going to see it is your business coach. So there's no reason to make it up because I can see it for myself, or your business coach can see it for themselves. And we're only here to service you, and there's no blame or shame or anything in anything that you're doing. We set the course, you set the pace. So I would like to help you guys reach your goals. But if I don't know where you currently are, it's so hard for me to keep going in back office and trying to count your clients and check your volume and, doing it that way where I can help service you and you can help service yourself and grow more if you were clear on your map. So that's my bandwagon today. But does that make sense to you guys a little more clear maybe?
Yes, thank you. Okay,
so if you guys are hearing in the boot camp 20, 30 times a day, get your map, get your map, get your map. That is part of the new system that is in place that they say, don't reinvent the wheel, don't repaint the spokes, don't go try to, reshape it. Do exactly what they're saying. And a shout out for even one of the coaches who even went past that and gave me her why. So, how many of you are clear on why you are coaching? Because if you know exactly why, like Tiffany Howard said in that boot camp training, when you are so clear as to why you want to do this, then when you're in the hospital with your kid that is sick, you're still going to continue to do the daily action steps to get you closer to that. And that didn't stop her. That's a pretty clear why. Didn't she say her kid died and came back or something? It was like a crazy story. And she's posting on social media and she's still having conversations. And some people would look at that as, how could she? Her daughter's dying, but she did it for the life that she wanted her family to have. So I think, going closer to your goals, don't think that's a selfish reason. And if you're not protecting your goals and saying no to other things, it's not going to get you anywhere. You're going to always be distracted. And that's why I offer you guys, or suggest that you guys get this book. I think everybody has my Audible account, and it's in my Audible account. But it tells you pick one thing to focus on today that's going to help get you to your goals tomorrow. Because if you're going, I want to be executive director, and every day you sit down, you go, okay, oh my gosh, I got to talk to somebody. I don't know who to talk to, you know. That's just, you wasted an hour wondering where to start. So what you have to do today is the 3, 3, and 3. Start there. You know, and then once you have a conversation, then you need to get with your mentor and do a health assessment and start there. And if you have coaches or clients, when you're daily or weekly talking to them and you have no coaches, that's a great time to offer coaching. And that's your next step. So if you want to see growth, you follow those steps. Does anybody have anything to add to that, or questions or anything so far?
I have a quick question. So I know we have like our Fit and Fun page for us and our clients, but what is our coaches page? Is it like whose page are we supposed to be interacting on? I know we can interact on all of them, but like for our team specifically.
Maintain for Life is our personal team.
Okay.
I actually got asked to, if you're in some of the other groups, you can be a fly on the wall, but their groups are growing so much that they don't really have room or time to answer any of our questions. So any of our team interaction, any of our team information, the Maintain for Life is the big one. The
Okay.
new coach is where I put a little less information than Maintain for Life. But
Okay. Thank you.
you bet. Anybody else have any questions?
I have a question. It's kind of silly, but you know Josiah?
Mm-hmm.
How do you say his last name? No, you don't know? It's kind of weird because the yoga teacher that's coming to teach yoga today for my company, he knows her.
Oh, wow.
Josiah knows her, and so I'm going to get a picture with her today and send it to him, but I don't know how to say his last name. So
Alapate or Alapate, I think.
Alapate?
Maybe.
Okay.
That'd be my guess.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to send him a picture of my yoga teacher, because he was like, whoa, you know her, and we have a couple friends that are mutual, and I don't know how. I don't even know where he's from, but
He has a lot of connections to the Denver area.
oh, okay. Well, these guys live in Durango. So I was just kind of wondering how many people he knows from Durango. But so anyway, thank you. I didn't know how to pronounce his name.
You can bring her on as a coach and show her what Josiah has done.
That's funny.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, hopefully in the next couple weeks, I'll get to introduce a couple other coaches.
Yes. You're bringing in a great team.
One thing I was going to say that's really key as you talk to somebody is really learn to listen what they want. I did a health assessment a couple of days ago with a potential client, and they were just desperate to have something, and we presented the program. I had another client there with me, told her story and her successes and struggles with it. But, sometimes we kind of start thinking, what can I do for them? Or, kind of start thinking what we want for them and not listening to what they have. And kind of along those lines too, is the reason we have this coaching community is we're going to run into people who have different needs, and between all of us coaches, as well as other coaches in the company that we network with, we can get on a call with that coach or one of their clients that's had those same struggles. We probably don't have those personal stories with them, but that they do, but some of our other coaches will have clients, or that coach themselves have that same story. So don't be afraid to network and use each other as resources with people who may be interested. So that's all I was going to say.
I agree. It's a great reminder. Okay, so I'll quit beating up the map, but something that I thought of also is, how would you guys feel about doing a weekly like shout out to one of your coach or clients that have had one of the, like a big result or something, like a client of the month or client of the week or something like that? Because like Ron's saying, if us as coaches share our client stories, then we know who our clients are and who we're dealing with. So if we will put in our Facebook group their stories and really try to, if they tell you their success, ask them, can I celebrate that in Fit and Fun? Or can I, that's huge. That's a big non-scale victory or whatever. That's how we're going to make those communications, but that's how all of us are going to know more of your clients without, spending an hour on your 20 clients and where they're at and how they're doing. That's the Fit and Fun group. And that's going to draw this community even closer. So Janelle, starting out, the more you really, raha and good job. And if they send you a happy text, put that in the Fit and Fun. Or if they send you a picture of their lean and green, that's delicious. Put that in our Facebook group. That's going to draw in the energy where people think, oh, this is a cool group. So.
Yeah, and I do have one kind of odd, might be kind of a wrong word for her, but she is a distributor for Lavelle Thrive. And so I don't know if any of you are familiar with that product, but she doesn't really want to be in our Fit and Fun group because she's concerned that other people who are doing Thrive will see it, and she doesn't want to be off-putting for her own product. So I'm slowly trying to convince her to join that. She's in the lean and green. But yeah, it's interesting the kind of people. My daycare lady that's my newest client, she's super excited. She's got my coworkers are laughing at me walking across the gym. There's Jacinda looking at you. I'm stretching now.
So weird.
I can hear myself on Jacinda's computer, so I talk quieter. But anyhow, so Brittany's like super excited. Her food comes tomorrow, and she cannot wait to start. I mean, she has psoriasis, and she's hoping this will help with her psoriasis. And so I know she'll be one that I can really encourage on the Fit and Fun group for sure. She's on Facebook all the time. So
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. And then I have one potential client. She's not on Facebook at all. So it'll be interesting to see how I work with her and encourage her. And she's a ranching friend of mine. She's right next door to me. So she's a very hard worker, tough, doesn't give up in life. So I'm sure she'll just bulldoze through it. But
that's awesome. Well, and sometimes they might be willing to sign up for Facebook just to be a part of that group. No.
Yeah. Amy, no.
So any of you get seen that my husband joined Facebook group or Facebook, it's because I set up an account so I can get the information. So, yeah. So he was willing to do that much, but he didn't have a clue what to do either. So
my husband uses mine.
Right. So anyway, those are good reminders, is to continually celebrate, throw in there happy stuff that's happening, so that we can listen for other people and have that chance to help each other out, like Ron said. Okay. Any more questions, concerns, objectives, any weird questions? Anything works.
I'm going to try to get on the client support call tonight. I've got a client who's had a kidney transplant and a pancreas transplant. So
oh, nice.
Check with the doctors and nurses and see if that's anything I need to be watching out for. That he's interested to start. But he's going to get on there with me, hopefully. So, and if you guys haven't listened to any of those, they are awesome calls to listen to. They're all on podcast as well that you can download and listen to anytime. So, the client support calls.
I love Dr. D. Garcia's because she just said in a recent podcast that they came out with a 2018 study that soy is preventing cancer, breast cancer. I'm like, thank you. So anyway, pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's one thing they always bring in some kind of medical, scientific community article or research that they always share that during the podcast as part of it. So.
Well, for the last couple minutes, will you guys each take like 1 minute and share to my niece who's just graduated from high school and tell her why you are coaching and what Optavia minded, like what made you become a health coach? Would anybody be willing to do that?
I will.
All right.
I did initially to help pay for my food. That was my thought. But since I've got going on this, you know, I think this last month, our total of lives impacted is up to almost 100. And, you know, it's just very rewarding, very fulfilling to know that you have something with the resources behind you, the training, the coaching, the help, but also the nutritional resources to really help make a change in somebody's life and what they're looking for. We're working with a girl right now who's going into her senior year of high school, and she's been doing this for about a week and a half now, and absolutely loving it, you know. So like I said, just don't let your youth stop you from what you can accomplish with this and reach out to other people. It's something that I don't know, it's been very fulfilling for me, and I know we're just barely scratching the surface of where we can go with it, but it's been a lot of fun to see other people change.
Ron, on your personal journey in your immediate family, how much weight have you guys been able to lose?
With me and my wife and 3 of my sisters, it's over 300 pounds now. So it's been a lot of fun.
Don't leave that part out. That's pretty cool.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Thank you, Ron.
I can share my story a little bit. I'm a brand new coach, as you know. But what finally got me to decide to become a coach is, I saw the results in my mom, my aunt, and myself. I am very proud of the fact that I started the nursing program, and I'm still on the nursing program. I'm 2 pounds away from being an optimal weight, which I haven't been since high school. I know you just graduated high school, and my own personal story is I graduated high school at 135. And by the time I got married at 21, I was 155. So I now weigh less than I did when I got married. That was my very first goal. And then life just happened. I got up to 175. It didn't matter if I had kids. If not, 175 is where I stuck. And I could work my butt off and drop weight. And 2 weeks later, I'd gain it all back. So this for me has just been life-changing. My husband is 6'4" and 160 pounds. So he doesn't worry about what he eats. He's super active. He loves to hunt. I love to hunt. I just can't keep up with him in the woods. And this for me is getting me back to a comfortable place with my own body. My son is proud of me. My family's eating better. But my weight gain started the second I graduated high school. So for you with this, I would say this program can help encourage you to stay healthy so you don't get to a point where we got and have to lose 25, 35, 45, however many pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I had been healthier going into college. This program would have helped. I tried Nutrisystem my sophomore year of college and hated it. So.
Love it. Anybody else?
I guess I could share a little bit. The question was, why did I start?
Yeah.
Right? What got me into it? And I wasn't a client. But as a personal trainer and a corporate trainer, it's really frustrating to try to work with people that really don't have they all think that exercising and working out is the key to weight loss and healthier lifestyle and everything. And so everybody wanted, put me on a workout program and all this stuff. And I knew that it's not about working out. It's about nutrition. And a lot of it is about your mindset and what's going on inside your head. And so it's been really frustrating as a corporate fitness person to really find something that's going to really help people. And when Tanya approached me and I said, okay, you know, I'll try to get like 5 clients, but that's it. I'm not going anymore. I have a full-time job, you know, but I'll get 5 people here to get on board with me and we'll see what happens. And about 7 weeks into that, I got 5 people right away. About 7 weeks into that, I meet them and we all went and did the visual of the BMI chart where they were at the beginning of that 7 weeks. And then I had them graph where they were at that 7-week mark. And that was just a really great visual for them to see that some of them were off the chart. Some of them were in the orange or the yellow. The people that were off the chart were already in the yellow, and that was just a great visual for them. And we talked about how they were feeling and, you know, just the 4 components of like, am I available for you as a coach? Have I been okay? Are you liking the Fit and Fun group? Are you liking all the resources? Do you like the fuelings? You know, kind of checking in with them about the 4 components of this program, and then plus seeing that visual. And you know, some of them just did this because they didn't want any more inflammation on their joints. They wanted to move without having pain. And I'm just hearing all this feedback, and I was sitting there thinking, wow, this is the first time in my career as a personal trainer that I have actually been a part of making a difference, not only in weight loss and getting them to feel good enough to even start moving, or moving without pain, or learning how to feed their family a correct, healthy meal. And I just thought, wow, this is like so not frustrating for me anymore, because they're getting an education and they're learning how to do these things, and it's rolling over into their families. And that was a reward for me. You know, I thought, gosh, it's just so easy to do if they follow the program and stay connected, and this is my reward. I get to be a part of it. I get to be a part of these happy, healthy people walking around that were so frustrated and thinking that exercise was going to solve their problems. So that's why I started doing it. And I also started thinking that I could do it myself, because I know so much, because I'm a personal trainer, and, you know, I got this. I can be on my own and get all these clients and whatever. And it wasn't really until this convention, really, that I had to change my mindset and realize that, yes, I know a lot, and yes, I know what to do for myself, but I really need to plug in. I really want to. I don't need to. I want to plug in to my team and to the resources. You know, I'm only 25% of this program. You know, there's 75% that people are not getting, and I'm not plugging into it. So if I plug into the 100% of this program, then my clients are going to start plugging into 100% of it, because I'm going to make sure that I'm touching on all of that. Not just me as a coach. I'm sorry, I got kind of off on a tangent, but stick with it. I'm coaching someone that just turned 17. She's in her first week. She just started her second week. She's, bye Janelle, good job today. She's 17, and my fear was, you know what? I coached her dad through this. He lost 35 pounds. He just finished riding a 100-mile bike race. And he contacted me a few weeks ago and said, please help my daughter. She's 240 pounds. She's 5'11", and she's 17 years old, and she's starting her senior year, and I want her to be happy for her last year in high school. And you got me there. Please help my daughter and treat her like she's your own. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of pressure, you know. And I thought, man, 18, 17-year-olds, she's not going to stay connected to me. You know, I'm too old. And I started limiting myself again. And I just asked her in the very beginning, please stay connected to me. I'm here to help you. I'm here to walk this with you one day at a time. I want you to have the best senior year you can ever dream of, you know. And I didn't know if she was going to stay connected, because she traveled this week to Washington, D.C. with her family. And I'm like, why don't you wait till you get home to start this program, you know? But she has talk to me every day. She's sending me pictures of her lean and greens. She's thanking me. She's amazing. And I am so excited to just have this relationship with her. And I'm just so surprised that she actually is staying connected with me. And so, and you can help a lot of people, you know, that are even in your age group that are 17, 18 years old. Go out there and be the leader for them. You can change their life so they're not going in when they're 40, 50 years old trying to figure out why they have all these health problems.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You got this, girl.
And I told her, I said, friend Chelsea, she's brand new. She's your age pretty much and starting out. So
Yeah.
anybody else want to? I am recording this, so it's a good chance to be able to share your stories to maybe people that we will be sharing this to. But
Come on, Julie. You can talk.
Yeah. Ron's good at this for pushing me, which is good. For me, the first time Ron asked me, I kind of just laughed in his face because it was like 2 weeks into my journey, and I was like, there's no way I could do this. There's just no way. But then I think it was just a month into it, and I was like, man, I'm feeling really good. They're already saying that I'm doing everything that a coach is doing, basically. I'm just not getting paid for it. And so I kept thinking about it, and I wanted to help people feel the way I was, because like I don't have any pain in my legs anymore, which was a big issue for me. I had lots of inflammation in my legs, and then I've lost 30 pounds, and I just wanted to help people kind of get to that point to where they weren't a slave to food anymore, because I kind of felt like I was addicted to food, basically, and sugar especially. And I love the education that comes along with it, the books and the webinars, because that has changed my mindset more than anything has ever changed my mindset. Like I never thought in a million years that I could stop sugar, and I have, and it's been a big deal for me. Yeah, anyway, so it's been great. I mean, it's been a slow start for me, but I'm plugging away. I've got my dreams and my goals written down, and I've been listening to the podcast, because most nights I miss the actual things because my kids are going crazy at that time. But I love listening to them on podcasts. I love listening to the 5-second rule. That's by far been my favorite, because that's gotten me out of my comfort zone a lot. Anyway, so yeah, that's my story.
Thank you.
I've got to go. Got to go irrigate
thanks, Ron.
the.
Danielle, you want to share on any more? You kind of filled her in at the beginning. But.
Yeah, I can share a little bit more of mine. Like I was telling you earlier, I've only been coaching about a year and 6 months. And I was thinking, you know, why I got started coaching was because I wanted to pay for my mom's food. She didn't have the financial part to continue on after her first month. And I seen the big benefits and changes in her health. And so I didn't want that to go away. Tanya brought up coaching to me. I was very iffy about it at the beginning, but I started doing it because I said, this is so rewarding for my mom. And so anyway, I started coaching, and as time kept going on, you know, I started liking it because I was getting out of my comfort zone, like I showed with you. I was very comfortable with staying comfortable with where I was, and I was working at our local college here, on just like a part-time job. And I was actually thinking to myself, I was being okay with staying there, you know, only working maybe 24 hours a week. And then so much greatness started happening as I started coaching. You know, I was starting to meet more people. I started traveling. I got to go to Dallas, Orlando, and then now St. Louis. So like I said, so much goodness has become of all of this, and getting to meet so many people who just want to see you succeed and want to see you do well in life. And one thing I was thinking about earlier this morning as I was getting ready, I was like, you know what? I was like, this whole time I've been to all these places, and I've been able to pay for everything through health coaching. I'm like, I didn't have to put any of it like on a credit card or anything. However, I did apply for my first credit card ever, but I didn't use it for the first time until now in St. Louis. But it's just neat to know that you can do so much good things by helping people and loving people. Thank you.
And Paula wants to share hers. She just has a big heart. She's embarrassed to say it, but she doesn't have a weight loss story.
No, actually, I did it to pay it forward and help others. And I get very emotional about that too. That's the one thing I want to do.
And where did you start?
I can't hear you.
I said, and who did you get to start with?
Oh, well, there was a few people, but the main one that we really appreciated and helped out the most, I think, was my brother-in-law and my sister. He was diabetic and for 20 years, and he was over 300 pounds. Wasn't sure how long he was going to keep going because he was 70 years old and wasn't doing very well at all. And he started on this program a little over a year ago, and he's about the size he was in high school now. And he's a pretty large guy to begin with, but he's down 90 pounds. He's off of all his medication for diabetes, and he's become a coach and has paid it forward. And his son, his daughter, his niece, various people in the family now have joined the program, and it helped out. And we all just do it one day at a time.
And I just want to thank all of you guys. I know I put you on the spot. I know that this program gets you out of your comfort zone. I know that there's so much growth that occurs in this program, but if you hear the redundancy of we all just know people that struggle and we want to help them, and that's the pattern of this program. And these guys, we all, you can see, we're all coming from different places in our life. We all have a fears to overcome still. A lot of the coaches were surprised that Jacinda had fears. She's like competed, and I can't believe that Jacinda's nervous. And we all are nervous because it's getting out of our comfort zone. So you are in the same place as all of us, starting out as to not knowing where to start, but just letting people know what we have to offer. And then this team helps back you up. I appreciate you being on, and all of you guys, all of you coaches, for showing up, doing the dues, continuing to grow, push past all these so that we can continue to help more people. So I hope that we do utilize the NAP. I'm going to avoid that that part in my program that I have, and I'm going to do that today. That's the one thing I'm going to do today to complete it. So I just want to be clear on what I want, and I think that will help all of us. So maybe add that to your business so that you can know better. But any more before we close? I'm sorry we went over today, but this was recorded. I will get the recordings to you guys to pass your team. But anything else before we go, or? All righty. So I will stop recording.